those magnificent men in their flying machines. They go up to the up, up, they go down to the up, down.
Hiya. Okay. Well, I know I haven't done a video for a while, but I've been intrigued in getting it built. So I've got to what I suppose people call it the skeleton of the plane, or the naked plane without its covering. So with the camera lady, I'm going to show you around what I've done and basically go through a few things. Okay, so if I get out of the way, you can just see for now that's basically the whole plane is now. It's really close to covering now. There's not a lot more I can do until I've got the covering on. Okay, so that's if we pan around it all and let them look, and then walk around it, and I can just get out of the way. So if I tip it up, you might help. I mean, it's all just sitting in the wings, but it's evidently, as you can see, the flaps are on now. Flaps are there, all four wings. So they're all in. They took a bit of doing, I'll tell you that. But they're in nicely now. And that, so that was the best bit. Canopy's just rough for now, because it just needs tidying up once the covering goes on. And I'll get that all nice. So that's not too bad. Flaps on there. So there's not really a lot of me to say. Struts, the covering wise, right, if you come around, that's fun. I've got more or less looking at the picture. The machine guns, they're only temporarily in, but they're there. I've got to make a few, the clearance valves, whatever they call them, they've got to go in there. I'll make them sometime. And here we've got the machine guns for the wings, and they go under there like so. It's just this bolster. That took a bit today. Carling's cut out, ready for the engine to go in. She's over there. The air intake and the exhaust is made out of just thin tubular steel, which is a bit of fun to make. You know, I covered this bit because basically that's where the battery sits, so you can get out and get to the battery and other bits like you need to get to. Okay. So the wings are self-explanatory. This detailing here, shaping that is just building it up with balsa block. Thin bits of balsa and completely lots of sanding to get it in. You know, same with the front here. I'm looking at the picture to get it rough. And luckily I found a set of wheels that Martin Thompson gave me a while back, 3 or 4 years ago, and it just happened to be the right wheels for this plane, which is quite nice. So the struts now, the final detailing once they're covered, now I'm going to have to run a wire down the back for the flaps, and then so that I can keep taken away and everything else. Once I've covered these, I'll put the proper detailing around there because it's like a bit angular, much like these, but you know, on there and that. And then with the covering wise, I'm going to cover it in fabric first of all, and then the friend that sent me, thank you very much by the way for the Russ, for the covering. I got it and it's fantastic. It's like thin foil, it's brilliant. So I'm going to use that to put the panelling on to look like the real plane, you know, so you can detail the panelling over it. And then I've got this piece I've got to put on the oil cooler bit, so I'm yet to work out how to go about doing that. There's a sweet box of chocolates or something that's got a particular wrapper in it, it looks the part, but I'll find it somehow. Okay, so same with these. Again, there's this thin strip of ply or beach, it was in the middle, and I covered them with a thin bit of soft balsa so I can sand it all to shape, which I've done. And then I'll cover them. And then at the bottom here where my fingers are, once it's all on and it's covered, I can put the detailing around there, the caps for that. And then after it's covered, I then got to detail, there's bits here like it's where the feet are and stuff like that, you know, it's off on the real aeroplane, little bits that stick out and that, but obviously you do that after you've covered it. So, I mean, looking at it, I think you get a front view of it if you can. There's not a lot of room in here. It's not a very nice day out there today, so we can't really open the barriers at all, get soaked. So, you know, I'm quite pleased with it as it is so far. You know, and I think basically there's not a lot more to say about it. Some people, I did get a few comments about why I've not used snakes for why I haven't used snakes for the tail, like the tail assembly. Well, I prefer the wooden rod thing, you know. For me, I'm old fashioned and I've been doing it. This is how I was doing it when I was a little kid and it sort of stuck with it, you know. And I personally don't see the problem with it really. you know, because it's just me, and I find it easier that way. So all this needs to come off before you cover it. This needs to, there's a bit of detailing that goes down the side here, so I'm going to put that in. And in here as well, there's a little groove that comes out. I've got on the real plane, so where the original wires will come through for the close loop. So I can make that, it's not a problem. So then you cover these first before you glue them in, because trying to cover that will be a nightmare. So all this is just, that's why the tape's on it, it's just temporary to show you the finished product. Also on here there's a piece I must put on there. It sort of curves up into there, so we can do that as well before I cover it. You know, I'll make the image. I'm not going to bother making the door come out. I really don't see the point in it on a plane like this, because this part that's never going to leave. Jelly. So it will look like the door's there when I've finished. So the hatch for him to get out. You know, so basically that's more or less it. And this here again, I've had to form this. So part of this is on the wing and part of this is on the fuse. Okay. And what I'll do here is I'll probably cover it as best I can, and then I'll spray it. Or pre-spray it, sorry, then cover it, depending how I'm going to try that out. And we'll see from there. So, really more or less, you can see the wiring's in here now. The wiring's in for the, this is the servo, little mini servos I used for the flaps. So, they're handy, they'll go in there. And then obviously the main servo. Oh yeah, somebody asked to show it. I'll go get it now to show you what I meant by that. This is what I got from Steve Webb Models. These are the wing servos I was talking about. Isn't that beautiful? A little piece of equipment there, and you know, and that'll just sit under the wing, roughly there. It'll go in. Trust me, it'll go in when I put it in. If you're going the right way, you know, so that'll sit in there. So that screws in, so you can get to it and screw it out. Same with the little mini servos; they all screw in. Okay, so that's basically it. Like I said, these are here for the rigging. And that one there and there, they're for the rigging, and up there should be a set as well somewhere for the rigging, and it's basically, it's more or less there. So I'm looking forward to covering it, because it's been a while, this one has. It's been a project, a labour of love, you know, to get it right, looking at the pictures millions of times as you do. So I think it's probably as close as I can ever get it to it. You know, I probably have to before I cover it up, and I've got to get the back of this wing, might need a bit of detailing here, but we'll see. Okay, so I think that's about it. I think on the last video I showed you the cockpit all done and that, so I can't see the point in repeating it all. So yeah, so that's it really. So yeah, okay. Anyway, I hope that helps. And if there's any questions of what I did, how to get this, that and the other, I mean the capping strips and that is on it. It was just made them out of, you know, scrap bolts, so you just cut them with a. I've done it on previous videos, so people can see what I'm at, you know, with it. You know, if somebody wants me to do another video on how to do them, then obviously I'll do it, but you know, it's up to them. I can't think of anything else really to say about it. So I'll have one look round it again, and then that'll be that. Yeah, I think it's alright, isn't it? It'll do. It'll do. Okay then. Right, and thanks a lot guys. See ya.
Those magnificent men, those magnificent men, those magnificent men.